Hi everybody and welcome to the GroomsMen. This is Scott. It's been a while since you've seen me. I'm just going to tell you that I'm literally sick. I caught influenza A from my daughter, so I got a runny nose and stomach stuff and, great stuff. But as you can see, I got a lot of growth. I'm at somewhere between 9 and 12 days growth. I don't know when I even last shaved, to be honest with you. But I have a little bit of a banger here, all right? And what I mean by that is I have some all new stuff. You've only seen it on a couple other channels. It was viewed by Ken Surfs and Matt Pisarcik. But I managed to get my hands on it early too. And it is the high-proof razor. It's got a magnetic spring-loaded head here. You take off the cap, it takes a half DE. Mine is the black aluminum. I will tell you this thing is very light, but all the other people who reviewed this, what I've not seen is how does it handle. I mean, you can see I have a rather thick beard, all right? So we're going to be pairing that today. Being I got such heavy growth, we're going to be using Razor Emporium Pre-Shave Soap. This is brand new, has yet to be opened. It does have a nice smell to it, to be honest with you. It's a little bit of a, when I think of it, I think like oat milk bars or oatmeal bars and stuff for soap. So it kind of smells like. It's got a decent scent to it, and you can see that it's hand cut, so it's small batch. Because if it was machine cut, this would be, totally in line. So it's really nice to see that that's an artisan-made thing by Razor Emporium there. And another thing, so that's by Razor Emporium, but I'm going to be following that up with its sister company, the 1955 Rex Supply Co. All right, we got that. And then I'm going to be going with Razor Emporium's Best Badger blue and gold. Look at that thing. So a lot of this shave is Razor Emporium stuff or Rex. So I've never used this. I've never used this on camera. I've used it once. I got it. And I'm going to be using a Dorco Titan blade. So I might as well just go ahead and snap it. Leave it in the wrapper. If you're ever going to be doing this, make sure you snap it in the wrapper if you're going to be using a half DE. So I have another one of these on the way too. I have a silver one that I bought. And you can just see it there's a magnetic force. Even though it's not there, there's a magnet right here. And it just kind of sucks in the blade. I mean, got to position it a little bit because we got to make sure that the tabs are where they're supposed to be. And then you just kind of set it in, forget it, as in you just like that, all right? So this is a very light razor. It is way less light than compared to like the twig from the leaf. The profile of the head is very similar, other than this is spring loaded. So this might, the aim for this razor is anyone who's looking to get out of the cartridge razor game. This is what they're looking at. Something like this. So they're at the $135 phase right now for these. If you were one of the early adopters, I think it was $85 and then $95. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get groomed, all right? Let's stop looking like, a caveman or whatever, All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get wetted up, get pre-shaved up, and I got to grab my bowl, so I'm going to pause real quick. Pass on that. I did pause, I did grab my bowl, but, I want to do this like Matt does, and others, they load in here with their brush. They go right to their face and get the lather built up on their face, work it in. So let's go ahead, get wetted up here with cold water, hot water. I don't really care one way or the other. All right. I got lots of hair, so it's going to take a lot. Go ahead and get the pre-shave bar here. Work it in so you see a nice white, start to see a nice little white lather forming. When you got a nice coarse beard, it don't take much. All right, there we go. So that's the soap can hold the pre-shave. All right. I never used a Badger brush either. This is gonna be my first time, so I don't know how much water this thing's gonna take up here. we'll find out if how much it works. So I'm gonna just tub load this. As you can see, I've dipped in this once. I'm gonna just work my brush in here real good. Typically, if you're doing this type of loading, you need to do about 30 minutes of good, and you can see 30 seconds of really good swirling in here. And then when you take it out and you start to see your bristles sticking like that, means you're almost there. So, all right. All right. Yeah, I got so much hair, you can see it sticking out through the shaving cream here. And this is a real nice, cushy. You can see it's making peaks like it's supposed to. Real nice floral sense to this. All right. Yeah, more than enough lather. I do not need to reload about tub loading here. Yeah, you. All right. All right. Well, I'm soaked up. I'm pre-shaved up. I'm loaded up. Let's wet the head of the razor and let's give it a go. Okay, so this is obviously a super mild razor. I can tell you right now, it's really mild. With as much growth as I have, there is a little bit of tugging, but not as bad as I've had from other razors in the past. The lather channels rinse out really good. Considering how much growth I have, that's kind of amazing. It is really easy to use. I can feel the spring back just like a cartridge razor on the head. And as you can see, it's not cutting no more. It means it's plugged up. So it's not like an open comb where you can just keep shaving and shaving and shaving, but a lot of them aren't when you have this much growth. A lot of people are probably screaming at me, why didn't you use the trimmers first? So, like I said, there is tugging, but you know, I'm mowing through like 10 days of growth here. So, yeah, it's been a fun week. My daughter was sick Monday through Wednesday. I came down with it like Wednesday. My wife came down with it Thursday. And here we are on Friday, and we're all still battling it here. All right, put more cream here on the face. Just because I am trying to mow off a lot of hair here. Alright. You know, Fios was telling me I should get out the ambassador for this much growth. He was probably right, but I wanted to see how this thing can handle it, right? No one has reviewed it yet. So it's very mild. I could see how someone who was cartridge shaving before would pick this up. It's got an intuitive angle in the head, and you can hear it. You hear that spring back, that you can hear it. Oh. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think I might have told this blade. Or it's plugging up, one of the two. Because it feels like the middle of the blade ain't doing anything. So the great thing about this being a metal head, oh yeah, I plugged her up. I'm going to say that's probably one of the downsides of that razor. You see right there in the middle, that channel is flat, all right? So that channel by any means is not curve it away towards, you know, the opposing sides. So maybe it should be slanted down instead in that area. and try to push the hairs elsewhere, kind of thing, because if it's going to be plugged like that, okay, so you came out that time. Maybe I'm just not rinsing enough. I mean, it is doing it. It is taking a minute here for sure. You know where I think this razor is going to shine? A, new people to wet shaving. D, women. To be honest with you, that's the intention. I bought two because it's like the leaf. My wife is a wet shaver and uses the leaf. She does use like a lady Gillette from time to time, but she's gonna really like this razor, I can tell, because she really liked the twig, but the thing was the handle wasn't long enough and it's oblong, whereas this is a little bit longer of a handle and it's not like a big bulb on the end of this type thing. All right, I think there's a newer version of the leaf out currently, or not the leaf, the twig with like a longer handle or something, but might help I rinse it off. Oh yeah, see it's plugged up again in that middle. And you can see it there. And it's got that flat part there. Okay, so will it always plug up? I don't know. But I can tell you with heavy growth, it definitely is. It's plugging up the middle of the razor, so it's like doing nothing but cutting on the sides. And see, like right there, it's already plugged up again. So, yeah, and being I have to keep going over and over and over the same area, I'm gonna get irritation from that. So, I'm gonna go get my ambassador or my counsel that's over there, and we're gonna finish with that on the first pass because this is just, it's starting to eat at my face. I can feel it. So, do not recommend heavy growth with this thing. All right, so let's go ahead and get the counsel. You know, the counsel's on 3.5 with I think a Dorco Titan second use in it. Let's get it wetted up here. No tugging. So, I'm gonna go with don't do heavy growth with that razor. The high proof, do not do heavy growth. It is definitely not designed for it. Alright. Razors that are more efficient, like your counsel and your ambassador, are more along the lines for something like that, or an open. I cut my freaking face as usual. Definitely the razor for head shavers. Maybe a daily driver. I could probably see that. Maybe being a daily driver. So I don't know. My hopes are a little dashed by that razor, man. I was looking really forward to it, but I'm gonna tell you, it just doesn't deal well with heavy growth like at all, and I can't have that because I am lazy and shave like once a week a lot of times. So, oh, all right. Well, let's get to let it do the finish. Sure, let it do against the grain and we'll see how it does. You know, here's a test. How about we do right side with it, with the console, and the other side with the high proof. Let's get myself a washcloth here. Not that one, my wife kill me. It's one of my makeup remover ones. So, everything I do on this channel, if you have been a dedicated member, I really appreciate you subscribing. And if you're new, please subscribe some more. So, the high proof, not good for heavy growth. Very mild razor, bounces back. I think there may be a design flaw somewhat in the channel of it. I wish the channel on the front, I wish that maybe there was a little bit more blade exposure. Might help. Or that channel should be built as slants, not flats, to push any whiskers out towards the sides. Because as it stands right now, pushing it in the middle like that, even at 3 or 4 days growth, it's going to plug that thing up. So unless you're using it as like a daily driver, it probably ain't going to work out so good. Maybe every 2 days too. You know, and I'll give it a follow-up shave in a couple days and we'll give it a try. We'll see what we get. I'm going to wet my brush here, get a little bit wetter, and re-lather in the soap here. And then there we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side with the I'm going to do one side with, man, this soap just smells so good. Got a really nice, like, light floral, clean smell. My wife even likes it, believe it or not. I can't wait till the splash comes out. Be first in line to get that splash mat. Count on it. Alright, high proof. You rinse it out, make sure it's not all plugged up. You know what? I'll even do better. I'll put the new Dorco in here too, the other half. Because, there you go, new Dorco. Everything's cleaned out. She's loaded up. See how it goes. So, you know, you can push this razor close to your face. You can hear it. So, you know, like I said, as a daily driver, women want to use this on their legs or head shavers. This is probably could be another razor for those people. Alright, well there's that half done. And remember, I'm using a second use Dorco in this, so, and it's on 3.5, 3, it's on 3. Alright. It wouldn't be in the name of science if there wasn't blood, just saying. I do believe both times I was cut with that high proof. I'm not going to call it stupid because it's not stupid, but I do believe that's what taught me. I really do. So, no, let's get, that's a good one, too. So, if you haven't yet, please subscribe. We really appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm not my uppity self. I am sick. Like I said, I have body aches. I have a fever. I have puked. I'll tell you, on Wednesday, I must puke between dry heaving like 20 times and actually puking probably 15. And my body is just beat from that, you know. And it just hurts a lot. So which one's closer? Did a lot more buffing with the high proof. Pushed a lot more. It's really about the same, to be honest. So I will give the high proof another revisit in a couple days, and we'll see. And my other one should be here anytime too. So thank you everyone for joining me today. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, please stay classy.